girls with their nails done now.
Oh my god, Fossy!
Girls with their nails done.
Peeking, and in fact, he's going to find the stall right away. Finds Kiku as well, and finds Lipa. Beautifully done here from Lavelle has this covered. Lavelle with the double, possibly one more. Can he find them? He's going to find the triple. Saints Nation, welcome back to Saints Gaming CA Twitch channel. Of course, your home for the St. Clair Saints varsity esports team. My name's Dan Banner. Joined alongside me here, we have Jackson Deprive Brown, and we're looking forward to having a solid match here in some CCL Call of Duty. This time we're up against Northern Kentucky University, the 47th place team compared to our 59th. In theory, with there only being the one win difference between us, this should be a very even matched game as the Saints continue to quest forward for the top 25. Jackson, you looking forward to this one?
Yeah, so much. These are two very evenly matched teams. Very excited to see them get into things, It's going to be a great one. And the Saints, they've looked so good on, these last couple series, whether it's been the Acti Blizzard or the CCL League. And overall, their raid, which we are seeing quite a bit here again, has looked great. Like we've been talking about, they are so comfortable on that map. And we are seeing it 3 times again here if we see a map 5, at least 2 times on the hardpoint and the control, and on Miami S&D. So this is a very basic setup for the Saints map pick wise. Besides, we do see Apocalypse coming map 4 if it allows for it. And that one could be very interesting to see as it is new to the map pool. Very excited to get things underway as we are 5 seconds away from starting the St. Clair College matchup.
Unfortunately, starting things off with a blunder here. We have the sides wrong, unfortunately, but we're going to get things underway. On the yellow side right now is going to be your St. Clair squad, and then in the green it will be the side of Northern Kentucky. And of course, starting off on the hard point side of things. Let's see, just a second, a couple of last minute panic fixes, but here we are, we're finally into the game, and so far Saints got the point.
Yeah, for sure. So St. Clair doing a fairly decent job. They are retaking this point. It's a little confusing with the colors off, so bear with us. We should have it all fixed up for you next game. This has rarely happened as much lately because everyone's getting a little bit more used to that observer position. So overall, St. Clair College, they are taking a 20-5 lead here now. I know it may look a little bit... they are down 20-5 right here. I know it looks a little confusing. The logos are correct, but the colors are not. So, or overall, and the names are not. But overall, yes, stay with us, guys. And we are going to be heading over to the second hardpoint. It does look like the side of Northern Kentucky does have it all under control. Now, what can St. Clair do to try to break into things and get a good control of the site? Sauce does a little bit of work there, and Priestley and Brandon there to follow him up, and they do actually take control of that hardpoint.
They take control. The spawns are in their favor. They're going to be able to hang on to this for at least a little while longer here, of course. Unintentionally putting everybody on their toes with how hard this game is to follow sometimes, making it just that much harder here for you. You do it, you're an absolute expert. But nonetheless, we're going to see Brandon starting off strong as well, get himself a solid double to keep this point nice and safe. The first one, they started off a little bit strong, but got swept up. But Brandon and Sauce going to find themselves some more, keeps it completely cleaned up, and it looks like the side of Northern Kentucky are going to have to make a run for it, look for the next point, and just give it up.
Yeah, so St. Clair, excellent job there of retaking that hill, retaking the spawns, whatever it may be. And now you actually do see these players coming in on this next hard point, and Sauce is going to cause disruption in their backs. Going to do a great work. He only has one more player to deal with, and this is an excellent break from St. Clair. I cannot emphasize how good St. Clair is playing right now on raid hardpoint. They look like a totally new team from the last time I saw them here, and they are playing it even better than they already were before. Great stuff there from the St. Clair, retaking these last 2 points even when they didn't have spawns. However, it is a little shaky because you do not always want to rely on your hardpoint breaking abilities, right? You do want to have the initial break. You do not want to have to fight for that hardpoint every single time. So, yes, the St. Clair Saints are holding the hardpoint now. They are in fairly good positioning. but let's hope that they can keep things going for themselves.
Bit of an uncharacteristic miss here for Sauce, but Brandon's going to be right behind him as well to actually clean things up, get himself the solid triple just to hang on to the rest of this hard point, or at least the pieces that matter. Just going to possibly leave crumbs, but they're going to actually leave Brandon back there just to get that last little bit of extra points. So now all the way over to, I believe it'll be the northwestern side. Sure enough, that's where it's going to be. We can see Abyss on the side of Northern Kentucky already there, ready and waiting. And to be honest, solid hold here for this next hard point.
Yeah, fairly interesting to see Abyss on a different team, right? You know, we do actually have Abyss there on our CS team, so very interesting there to see on the other side of things. But overall, you know, it's a fairly good game here for the St. Clair Saints so far. 51-point lead. They got themselves a nice cushion. Yes, you do have Northern Kentucky on this current hill, and this hill is a pretty much a money hill, so I would not be surprised if, honestly, the Saints cannot break through here. If at best, you're going to see Sauce go for a little bit of a contest, but he's going to get, Brandon's going to get mowed down. Sauce is going to actually find Abyss, and he's going to keep himself in that contesting position. So he's doing a great job of keeping himself on this point, and now the Saints actually won it over. So great stuff there from the Saints, and that is a very tall task to do, right? Like, it is not the easiest thing in the world. Sauce almost finds Gru there, but isn't able, and Priestley will be there and getting a trade. So great stuff there from the Saints. They will keep that 50-point lead that they had in mind, and now they will be heading to the next hard point. Brandon going to be the first player to try to break into things, but Gru will be there to shut him down, and that is going to be Elevator as well, able to find 2 under Sauce and Lavelle. St. Clair Saints, a very comfortable 63-point lead right now. Can they extend it and break through this hard point? Oh my gosh, Brandon, nice shots.
It's one of those games where, like, we see Brandon, they constantly just... What kind of Brandon are we going to be getting? Is it the one who starts off hot and just goes absolutely berserk, or is it the one that goes like even at best? And so far, sitting 15-8, we've got the Brandon we like to see, who just pops right off. Priestley picking up steam as well, doing a fantastic job so far for the side of St. Clair. Priestley going to find himself another one. Saint's going to hang on to this for just a bit longer. One thing I found kind of funny, however, was that we had Gru, and I thought we had minions, but no, that is motions, unfortunately. No Gru and his minions here today. Brandon going to find himself a double. Priestley going to clean this up again. This point's just going right into St. Clair's hands.
Yeah, not too much time to spare on that hard point. It is going into St. Clair's hands. One thing that I do want to point out, like you were saying, when Brandon absolutely goes berserk and he pops off, it makes things so much easier for St. Clair. Like they're not used to it. Like yes, you might see it every now and then, but it's not like he's consistently bringing that action to the table. So overall, like when he does, like think about the amount of pressure it takes off of Priestley and the amount of work it helps out. Like yes, Priestley still does the streaks now, should really help them clean things up. And overall, I mean, great stuff there from St. Clair. Brandon, gonna find another one there. And he is just racking them up right now. Nearly at a 2.0 KD, just continues to slay out. St. Clair continuing to extend their lead. Now it's 60 points. And, you know, they're just looking to keep up with the pressure that they have. Lavelle gonna get naded off by a Semtex there. And overall, I mean, yes, you do see Northern Kentucky. They're in perfect positions to rotate in next. St. Clair, they're probably going to be looking to kind of flip these spawns here shortly, and Sauce is in a great spot to do so. He finds that early pick there. He's going to hop through money window right now, and he's going to be in perfect positioning for this retake. Look at this. This hard point full of 3 St. Clair players already. Great stuff there from St. Clair on looking to get these spawns.
Unfortunately, one person running right past Lavelle. He's going to clean up Abyss anyway. But Motions, just a couple moments ago, having himself a fantastic run, and actually going to maybe try to keep this going. He was going negative for a little while, but he found himself the triple down on that southern point and was able to keep it going to at least keep this about within 50. But then, of course, you have to deal with Brandon. Who, whether it's the submachine gun, whether it's a rifle, whether it's a pistol, he manages to find himself some multi-kills here today. And so far, him and Sauce and the rest of the Saints is doing a fantastic job of holding this down. Motion's going to get taken down as well. Nobody can make this site flip in the slightest. They can't contest this at all, it feels like.
All because of Brandon. Like, Brandon is mowing them down in their tracks. Yeah, and he's having a great game right now, you know, 24-13, and I don't want to leave out that he has 2+ minutes in Hill. Nobody else in this lobby even has a minute, Danners. Like, that's absolutely nuts. Like, he has over double everybody's hardpoint time, and he's out fragging, like, Gru. He's double Gru's kills, for example, right? Like, if you're St. Clair, you are so happy with what Brandon is doing right now, and I don't want to, like, say it like this as, like, a bad thing to the Saints, but he's really throwing the team on his back right now.
Absolutely, just having himself a standout performance, but now with this hard point over on the very far eastern side, get to see what making sure these points can't go down. Shot through the car, nicely done there from Priestley. They're going to be able to hang on for just a bit more, but the reinforcements from the side of Northern Kentucky are right around the corner. Let's see if they can breach.
Yeah, Priestley just going to keep his life there. Good stuff from him. You don't want to get over aggressive and throw away your life, especially to those two players, but definitely allow them to break in a little bit easier. Priestley almost shutting down an elevator there, unable to do so, but you're looking for Lavelle to come through and get that trade. Nice little Semtex, but he will get picked off of things nonetheless, but there is only 5 seconds remaining in the hard point, and the Saints, they have a very good lead. 226. If you're if you're Northern Kentucky, you're going to have a very, very difficult time to kind of shut down St. Clair Saints here as they have the initial break. And, you know, if you look at things, Northern Kentucky, they're spawning out. St. Clair, they only need 15 more seconds on this hill. Everyone's doing a great job. Brandon calling out streaks. Going to make things even harder on the side of Northern Kentucky. I mean, if you're the Saints here, you are so close to working this out.
Just a little friendly shot to Priestley as well, why don't you? But still, just of course, just cleaning things up here. 10 more seconds in the favor of the Saints. Brandon just keeps on rolling here, keeping this point defended beautifully. He does have Priestley alongside, and Sauce is going to be right around for the flank as well. Just one after another, mowing them down. Lavelle's back here as well, and that is going to be it. It says Northern Kentucky, but that's not the case. St. Clair take game one.
Yeah, in a dominant fashion. They won, what was that, 251-43? Great stuff there from the St. Clair Saints. And, you know, Brandon, 33-17, I think it was, with about 2.5 minutes on the hill. Outstanding performance from him. I'd really like to see that carry on through the rest of the series, whether it be Search and Destroy, whether it be Control, whatever it may be. So just great stuff there from him. And then, you know, you got to be happy with how the boys are playing right now. Great win there. You know, it was about 140 to 120 at a point, or like 150 to 120 at a point. And for them to really just extend that lead and get about like 100 points in the time the other team gets like 25, 23 points, it's great stuff there from the Saints. Really excited with how they played that one, and you know they're probably excited about it too. They got to be happy with that one. You know, this team, Northern Kentucky, is a higher ranked team than them, and St. Clair just mopped up the floor on the first map here on Hardpoint, and we are going to be moving over to Miami S&D, and they're comfortable there too. So if you're the St. Clair Saints here, you are pretty confident going into this rest of the series.
Yeah, and like low-key, I kind of want to see this Apocalypse map, but the way that game went, I think we might be done by the time we hit raid the second time there for game 3,
Yeah,
because it's just a rather dominating fashion there from the side of St. Clair. And yes, like we were talking about, Brandon was definitely the absolute standout. We made the comments in regards to him throwing the team on his back, but I mean, when someone is just popping off that strongly, just nobody could get past him. He was definitely getting more value than what he would be expected to do in that situation. Was able to just absolutely clutch things up here. Playing a little bit of lobby tag now before we hop into game number 2. It's like Saints. Okay, I got everything on the right side this time. You won't get baited. It won't be a little bit messy. Sorry about that, of course, during game 1. But like we got to also take into consideration, Saints have been on a bit of a cold streak of sorts with some of the matches in specifically CCL, because they started off like they were at a point where they were like 6-1. They were in contention, like being talked about for possibly breaking that top 25 mark. And then all these CCL like Twitter tier lists or whatnot, I don't know if you want to call it tier lists, but like rankings, power rankings, that's what it was. And like Saints would never be on there. And I know like they wanted to be there. Like we should definitely be talked about a little bit more. But then they started playing up against more and more players that were in the top 25. And unfortunately, just one way or another, it was either like dominating loss from if it was like a top 10 team, but then like heartbreaking 3-2 losses as well. Then it seems like everybody else, St. Clair can kind of not clean up, but they've been successful at so far, to say the least. So them getting a win off the back, or right off the bat, giving them solid momentum going into a map that they've played to absolute death, and should be a fun one. Search and Destroy going to be starting up in just a moment, looks like.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And you know what? Like, yes, you could say that we might be seeing a 3-0 here, but I wouldn't get too far into that, just because if we don't see Brandon keep up what he just did that game throughout the rest of the series, I think this ends up being a lot closer. Like, if you look at things like Brandon, top kills in the whole lobby, top hardpoint time in the whole lobby, like he was literally doing it all. He would single-handedly break a site open and get all the pressure allowed for the Saints.
You don't see that too often.
Exactly. So if anything, it's typically Priestley, right? Like, so if anything, you got to be happy if you're Brandon right now, and you just got to be trying to keep that momentum, keep that composure. You want to hop right into the next game and just keep that momentum riding.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of hopping into the game, we're about to get on ready here, and there we go. That's better. This time by Search and Destroy Miami. This time we got everybody on the correct side of things, but we're going to slow things down for a little Search and Destroy. Looks like Kentucky going to start things off on attack.
Yeah, for sure. So we will be seeing St. Clair College, playing that defense on Miami. Typically the favored side, but I'm not going to get too ahead of myself here. We know the Caster's Curse works in full effect. But yeah, overall, now it looks like this is a full hit from Northern Kentucky to A. So it's going to be all up to Lavelle to call this out to his team. And you will see the rest of them trying to start to rotate over slowly here. But this is quite concerning because you don't really see players play A too much. Abyss going to shut down Brandon early. And that's the player you do want to shut down. Cut his momentum while you can and move on with it, right? So good stuff there from Abyss to open things up nicely. Northern Kentucky now with 2 as Lavelle falls as well. Going to be all up to Priestley and Sauce to try to win this 2v4 with their 7-4 use. Going to be a difficult task, but Priestley, he does find Abyss. There's Sauce. He finds some tags. Will fall off ultimately after. And now Grew, he's going to be planting this bomb. 2v3 retake for St. Clair College. What can they do? Priestley finds one. Sauce finds what gets traded out, though. So Priestley, 1v2, definitely possible, but going to be a tall task ahead of him as Grew and Motion split.
Yep, definitely wise. Don't want to accidentally line them up and make this nice and easy here for Priestley. Covers as many sightlines as possible, and that's going to be Northern Kentucky finishing the job. Motions finds them, takes them down nice and quick, and they're going to get on the board first here on this Search and Destroy.
Yeah, for sure. So overall for the St. Clair Saints, I mean, a tough first round, but to be completely honest, they weren't anticipating an A push. Like, you rarely do out of teams here on Miami, as it's typically, a B push. Like, we see it all the time whenever we're casting Collegiate Miami. It's always, a B push, a B push. It's a storyline of the game. You might see one A push a game or whatever, but I think St. Clair College is going to be a little bit more prepared for a rotation next time around. I just don't want it to result in them leaving B site a little bit more open.
Right, yeah, because majority of the time they're just knocking their head on that B side like over and over and over again, but we'll have to see. Saints going to start things off, at least the more traditional sense, going towards that B side, and time again we see this battle here in this building if the teams decide to both rush in, if there's a quick gunfight or not. The side of Northern Kentucky, however, not going to try and make that play. Not yet, anyway. Grew's thinking about it. Semtex going through, not going to make contact, however. Sauce down on the southern side, and the rest of the Saints looking to just pick from different angles. Lavelle looking for any sort of crossers. Some shots fired, but not quite going to make contact with anybody. There's going to be a double. Ooh. Lavelle finds one, Brandon finds one, and it just leaves things all up to Crew Elevator to try and finish the job here for his team. Keep this thing defended, but it's not going to be very easy. Trying to take care of Priestley, but Sauce already has his bomb coming on down. This is a very, very tall task here for Crew.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. And St. Clair College, they're going to shut him down. 1-to-1 matchup here. Northern Kentucky versus St. Clair College. And this Miami game, I mean, I feel like it's kind of like the storybook of Miami. Whenever we kind of kick off Miami, it's always neck and neck, back and forth, tit for tat, whatever it may be, right off the beginning of things. And then one team typically starts to pull away after that. So I'm just going to be really excited to see how things develop here in this game. Even if the St. Clair Saints, they do fall even, like, I'd like to see, a very back and forth game like we typically do see. And now we also do see Northern Kentucky with a little bit more of a traditional push, all heading towards B.
All on the way on collision course here with Priestley, who's going to get taken down extremely quickly. Nice little shots there from Grew, trying to get a little bit of a stronger start compared to what he did in that raid hardpoint first game. And so far, not doing too bad for himself, at least in regards to objective play, and finds himself the kill that time by as well. Where is the bomb in the situation? Still in Grew's hands. So still a little bit of a ways to go, but there is somebody kind of roaming around here. Who's this? We got Abyss looking around, trying to maybe sneak attack on one of these defenders. They're opting to maybe pull themselves away, maybe.
Yeah, Brandon, he's in a sneaky spot.
Oh,
like, look at it. He spots one. He gets a tag, but he's going to get instantly traded up from that. That's the thing with Brandon's spot there. Was very vulnerable. So as soon as somebody maybe, like, spotted him out a little bit, made it really hard for him to win a gunfight. But he was just really trying to get on a sneak attack of some sorts behind enemy lines. But looks like this bomb's wrapping A. Lavelle going to have to deal with it.
He has somebody coming from across, and then, of course, from the northern side, we do see, I believe this is Gru, of course, bomb in hand. He's got to plant this thing kind of soon, actually. Only 10 seconds left. So he's going to get it down. Do any of the Saints notice? Lavelle does have his back turned, thinking it was a B push. Nope, he's going to have to turn this one right back around. He is in a collision course. Probably just spotted out Abyss. Gets a little bit of hit markers, but nothing too concerning here for Abyss. Looks up high. Abyss is down low. Takes care of him nice and easy, which means this is going to be all up to Saucedo to finish the job versus 3. Last time we saw this position, it was not very good for the person with the 1, obviously, and it's going to keep up that way as Northern Kentucky going to score their second win on the board. And never mind defenders have advantage. Why have all these victories been attacks?
I was literally just about to say that. I was like, talk about me saying right at the beginning of the cast saying, oh yeah, like defending side, typically the side that they have an advantage on. Boom, boom, boom. Three offense rounds, 1 in a row. Just astonishing stuff there from the offensive side of things. And overall, let's hope the trend continues and St. Clair can find a round here. I mean, that's one thing that we would be looking to see here if you are from the side of St. Clair College. And now we do see, the traditional push. Lavelle goes towards A. The other 3 hit B. Try to see what they can clear out. Gru, way more aggressive than usual this time, though.
Oh, and he's going to get value.
Yeah, he was not anticipating that. Now, Abyss, Sauce going to try to shut him down, but just will not be able to find it. So Lavelle going to get mowed down in his tracks as well. All up to Priestley and Sauce. A rough start here from the Saints as you see Northern Kentucky get very aggressive.
Yeah, Sauce and Priestley try to finish the job here. There was a solid job there from Motions to take the additional long angle and found Lavelle as well. So everybody on his squad basically gets to roam around for free. And Sauce did get picked up as well, which means it's all up to Priestley in the 1v4. Definitely going to be improbable, to say the least. Not impossible, but definitely difficult in its own right. Has 30 seconds to try to get this bomb planted or just go absolutely hunting. Does spot out Motions, but only going to tag him up a tiny little bit. His position is known. Everybody seems to be on the move now. They want to take him down nice and quick, not even let him have a chance at making this happen. And sure enough, the streak is broken. Northern Kentucky going to get the defensive victory and make this 3-1.
Yeah, that makes things a little worrisome for St. Clair. I mean, they are now trailing by a couple rounds, heading on to defense. So, it's not going to be bad positioning if you are St. Clair, but you really got to learn how to try to play defense against this team, because I think that Northern Kentucky is playing very different than a typical St. Clair opponent, right? Northern Kentucky, they're really hitting different angles. They're playing it slower. They're not just rushing right into B aggressively every single time. So it's making things a little worrisome for St. Clair. And now you see Lavelle. He's starting to play a little bit towards mid rather than A. But look at this push. Everybody going A side. And if you're St. Clair, you're not going to spot anything here. You've got to see these players rotate over shortly. Lavelle going to be doing it a little bit, but now his back is turned. He's just going to go inside the building. But overall, I mean, this is going to allow the players to pretty much get the site for free.
Yeah, to be honest, number 4 there, Gru could have probably just ran his way all the way to that bomb site and planted, and no one would have known the difference. That may have been a little bit too little too late in this regard. Sauce right alongside Lavelle now. Gru taking his time, still has it in hand, not planting this just yet. But who gets picked off first? Sauce is pushing pretty far here. If he doesn't be careful, Gru's going to get the jump on him, and sure enough, that's exactly going to be the case. So he's going to get taken down 3-on-4 in the favor of Northern Kentucky. Lavelle going to try and stop this. Gru did find his opportunity now. Going to start planting this bomb. Going to confirm it. Lavelle also goes down, making this a 3-on-2. And this is looking dangerous here for St. Clair, as it's now all up to Priestley to make this happen.
Yeah, only a 1v2 though, so a little bit better for him, but they know exactly where he is. He spots Abyss, and Abyss is just so far away. Gonna make things hard on Priestley. Yes, he tags him down a little bit, but he still has to deal with Motions here. He does get a little bit of a jump on Motions, but Motions gonna have that Diamatti ready to go. Shuts him down. 4-1 lead for Northern Kentucky. This is starting to become a little out of reach for the Saints. I mean, it's never out of reach, but it's starting to become a little bit of a pull away lead from Northern Kentucky, right? Going to be a tall task for St. Clair College to try to retake this game.
Absolutely, and the fact that this Northern Kentucky University squad are so content with just running it to A compared to just constantly banging their head off of B means that St. Clair is kind of in a position where they have to kind of second guess themselves on every fight, rather than just maybe the slight one-off to A here and there. Like every single round, they're pulling more resources from the bottom to go towards the top, and a little bit more split out, and it's a little bit more uncomfortable for the way they've been playing so far this season. That being said, though, Priestley, a good start here on the attacking side. Going to take care of one of the players on the side. Abyss does go down. Nice little jump there from Brandon. He's going to find one. Lavelle does end up going down from the long shot from Motions.
Full control site,
but
though.
now exactly, it does not matter because they have that full control. They have this bomb down. They're going to force the 3-on-2 and force Northern Kentucky to make the move to them instead. The roles have reversed.
Yeah, great stuff there from the Saints. You see Motion and Crew, they're playing it a little slow, and they're just trying to find an early pick. But look at this. Like, they're going to be forced to push here now. Like, they cannot afford to play this one really much slower. 25 seconds, all that remains on the clock, and they still have a lot of work to do. They have 7.5 seconds they need to reserve to defuse a bomb. So, overall, I mean, St. Clair, you're in fairly good position to close this one out. Elevator and Motion's going to try to do whatever they can, but it's not long until St. Clair picks up wind of this and starts to clean them up.
Motion's the one player on the side of Northern Kentucky who's been absolutely popping off. So if there was any player that could have done it, it would have been this squad or this player here with the side of Northern Kentucky. But with Crew going down, time going down, Saints are going to be able to successfully take this attack.
Yeah, and that's a big round win that they actually do need because, you know, you cannot allow Kentucky to take that one to a 5-1 lead, right? Northern Kentucky, sorry. You cannot allow Northern Kentucky to take that one to a 5-1 lead. I mean, it's just not in the books for St. Clair at this time. You do not want to have to pull out 5 rounds in a row just to win. So this gives them a little bit more comfort. You are definitely not comfortable, though. And you do just want to find a few more rounds here, you know, even up the scoreline a little bit and just try to do your absolute best to pull a little bit of an upset, string some rounds together, win some rounds in a row, and do whatever you need to do. But look at this. Lavelle going to have so much pressure against him once again, but he decides to get a hell of a lot more aggressive, and I do like to see that. Something has to change. However, he's going to get caught sprinting from Gru. Gru will clean him up, and now you will see the rest of the boys rotate over and play this as a 3v4 on the A site.
Unfortunately there for Lavelle, the fact that Northern Kentucky, not only do they go for the A site, but majority of them, it's almost like they're deathballing it, kind of. As Priestley does end up picking up Motions. That's a solid kill. But if one person on the side of Northern Kentucky doesn't see you, it doesn't matter because there's still 2 more right there alongside him, which usually gets the job done. And Brandon, good little cutoff here, does find Abyss maybe straying a little bit too far from the nest and does take care of him. So the 3-on-2 in the favor of St. Clair. Crew still does have bomb in hand with Crew in the background. A little bit of a slower game for him specifically, but trying to play watch here for Crew to try and make his move. Still sitting positive. May have spotted Sauce. He has about 20 seconds left to go. Shots fired. Nothing making contact, however. The Kentucky squad needs to make a move.
Yeah, they only have 10 seconds to plant the bomb, and it takes 5 seconds to plant it, so overall could provide a little bit of difficulty to him. I think if you are the Saints here, Brandon, he's doing a great job of what he's doing right now, but Crew manages to get it down. But overall, like, I mean, yes, he gets the bomb down, but his whole team gets cleaned up in the process. So Priestley will be there for the defuse. St. Clair College only trailing by 1 now, 4-3 game here. If St. Clair College can find up one more round, they clean the slate, they open up the room for possibilities, and we have a 4-4 game. So if you're St. Clair College, you're really searching for this round. Very, very crucial. It's a big difference between 4-4 and 5-3. So, I mean, overall, St. Clair College really going to be searching for this one.
I'm not sure what it is about Saints on Search and Destroy, but I feel like this happens so often. They'll go down, like, relatively early, but then as soon as the pressure's on, they fight back and do a fantastic job at doing it. Of course, bringing this within 1 now, keeping it nice and close. Going to try and make this B push work. Their attacking side, ever since the start, has been a little bit rough, but we'll have to see this time by, of course. Brandon always looking to contest here inside this building. Drew got the jump on him last time. Not going to be the case here. Priestley going to find the opening frag.
Yeah, and Brayden's in a great spot here if Gru actually does decide to get aggressive, and I think he is going to. So that's going to be Brandon locking Gru in that corner. Gru, luckily, going to make it out with his life. So now 4v3 still remains. Gru going to get shut down from Brandon, though. Now we see a 4v2. They know Abyss just hopped over the wall, so they have full site control once again. And this is the same mistake that they let happen last time around when St. Clair College was playing this B site. So as long as St. Clair College just can continue to find an opening pick and break through this B site, I feel like they almost have the round on lock. It's going to be so hard now for Abyss to try to 1v4 this.
Absolutely.
He hops over the wall and gets mowed down.
Yeah, there's somebody prone literally right on the other side of that wall. There was absolutely nothing that he could have done there. We did pop it over to Priestley for a second, like even when Abyss was hiding, had his cursor directly on the box that he was hiding behind. And sure enough, Sauce just takes it to the bushes, and then, oh, Hello there in just a moment. There you are. Take some care of him like it's nobody's business. Did not know that he was there. Abyss definitely had a very, very hard task ahead of him. So a solid way to bring this back to a tie game. Saints momentum in their favor. Let's see if they can keep this going.
Yeah, couldn't agree more with that one. And it looks like Elevator, he's having a little bit of a rough game here, as well as Lavelle. I mean, we have two players in this lobby right now currently sitting at 1-6. And it looks like the rest of the team is really just doing it all, kind of. If you look at the side of Sinclair College, I mean, Brandon and Priestley, they're currently 16-8. So Priestley not slowing down whatsoever. Abyss going to find an early kill. Motion's going to clean it up, and that's a 2-for-1 trade in the hands of Northern Kentucky. All left up to Priestley and Lavelle to try to take down Elevator, Motions, and Grew. Going to be a tall task ahead of them. They do not want to allow Northern Kentucky to get here on match point. Priestley, kind of like the last line of defense over here. Like Lavelle, he's just way off and like boohoo Egypt. So, I mean, overall, I mean, like Lavelle is literally like a 20-second run from everybody.
Thing is, though, is because this Northern Kentucky squad has been so willing to go to A, I don't blame Lavelle or the Saints to be a little bit slow on this rotation. And with that, the bomb is going to end up going on down. Grew does get the plant, so now it's up to Lavelle. I'm going to catch back up here. I like that Priestley waited. Get Lavelle back into the game. Like, get him within striking distance before making their move. They're going to try and flank this a little bit. I think Lavelle's going to get a little bit worse for wear here in a second, however. Barely going to dodge out of Semtex and get himself back into this. But 3 members on the side of Northern Kentucky. Nice and split. This is a solid position. This is going to be tough to breach.
Yeah, and there's very little time remaining. Like, if they have to find 3 in the next, 3 seconds and then clean everything up, and it really just doesn't look like they're going to be challenging things too hard right now. Yes, Lavelle does find Motions there and makes it out with his life, but overall, I mean, if you're the Saints, you just didn't find what you wanted to find, and that's going to be a result in Northern Kentucky being put up to match point. St. Clair Saints going to need 2 rounds in a row here now if they do want to come back in this matchup.
It always boggles me whenever it's a situation like that and you don't at least just try it. Don't, like, there's a couple seconds left, no matter how improbable, just eat yourself at the point and try to make something happen. Because it looks like almost that Lavelle was saving his gun, but hey, you don't have to buy your guns in this game. You have it at the end or the beginning of the next round anyway. So it was weird to see them just like, okay, yep, okay, they have this one, there's nothing we can do. Just give it a shot, you know what I mean? You might find yourself a triple and make something happen. Even if you don't get the bomb, you can just, like, pop off a little bit and start feeling good and get some momentum on your side.
Yeah, I could not agree more. And so far, if you are the Saints, I mean, this is very, very crucial at this point in time. Like, and you will see the Saints change up their playstyle a little bit. Like, they are playing much more passive than they typically do. Brandon, he's still searching for something. Grew, just here ready for it. Oh, I think Brandon knows there's someone there, maybe.
Thinking about it.
He doesn't know. He would have threw that Semtex there if he thought somebody was there, but nobody home, and that's going to result in maybe Brandon getting killed out. Like, Grew could get aggressive here on Brandon shortly. Like, I'm so worried for him. If Brandon just has to sprint out of here, I'm so scared.
There
Yeah, see, it's so tempting for Brandon, right? Because you think Grew would make him move a little bit of something if he saw all the things happen through those doors. But overall, he stays still, he plays patiently, and it pays off. So that's going to be Lavelle falling as well, but Priestley will find 1. So we do see a 2v3, definitely possible for the Saints, but not going to be in their favor. They do still have to take out of Elevator, Emotion, and Grew. Motions comes from behind. Priestley does find 1. Will he be able to find Grew? That's going to be interesting to find. I think he knows that Grew is behind those stairs, but he just doesn't have a good angle. There it is. Like, he just got pinched right in the middle of them. Nothing he could do. Northern Kentucky will take the Search and Destroy, and Danners, guess what that means? We are guaranteeing ourselves to go see Apocalypse.
All right, there we go. I get to see the new map in session. Of course, one of the interesting things that I see here with the CCL, like I think I was talking about it in the past broadcast, but yeah, new patch, new content. Most leagues, okay, we'll wait 2 weeks to figure out the map, make sure it's competitive, and then we'll allow it in. Or no, we'll wait till the next season and then include it with our map pool. No, let's just go for it.
Yeah. Well, I'm fairly certain they actually did let it run through like public matches or whatever. Like, they didn't really do any testing to put it in the map pool. But it was a lot of pros saying, hey, we would rather play Apocalypse rather than this or this or this, right? So then, you know, Activision Blizzard was like, all right, here you go. Throw it in the pool, right? Like you said, like, yes, I agree with what you're saying for sure. But, you know, it is out as a public match for people to at least get an understanding of the map. Maybe not for like the competitive scene wise, but just in general, as a map pool or whatever. So overall, I mean, yes, I agree completely. I don't think you will see either of these teams nearly as trained on Apocalypse as we do on, for example, Miami, Raid, whatever it may be, right? Garrison, Checkmate, whatever it may be. So overall, really excited to see Apocalypse here come out now, and it's going to be a good one for sure. So overall, I mean, the St. Clair Saints currently 1-1 in the series as we head over to Raid once again for Control. St. Clair Saints looked phenomenal last time we saw them on Raid Control. So that was with Corius though, but I mean, I don't think that should change a whole lot. I think that St. Clair College will still do an excellent job here coming in. And I just see the Saints playing this Control quite well, especially with the way Brandon's been playing. Like, yes, they might have lost to Search and Destroy, but Brandon, he was like, what? I think he was like 10-5, like 10-6, or like something like that. Like, or no, sorry, he was 9-6. Like, that's still
that wasn't bad.
Fairly solid. Like, that is still fairly solid. Like, he had like, I think it was like tied for the most kills in the lobby. So if you're Brandon in here, like, you are just looking to keep up your respawn momentum and just keep firing away, right? So overall, St. Clair College doing an excellent job of, kind of keeping themselves in this one. And overall, I'm really excited to see this Raid Control come up here because the Saints have looked so good and so comfortable on it.
Absolutely. Saturday, like you're saying, it was a fantastic showing there from St. Clair. With this Control map, they looked absolutely crazy on it. And then, of course, Brandon started things off so strong, but there's no bigger momentum killer. Yeah, that's the unfortunate part with the way that the league, not the league's kind of formatted, but just how the pro scene order of game modes of sorts is. You get all hot and ready with the hard point, you're absolutely ready to pop off. Now you have to slow it down for Search and Destroy. Mm-hmm. So it's like just completely cuts you right off. But now, without further ado, game number 3 here on Raid 4 Control now underway. Let's get into it.
Yeah, for sure. Very excited to see this one underway here now. And it will actually be... Who's on the offense side here this time? It's actually going to be Northern Kentucky. No, Northern Kentucky's on the defense. So St. Clair on the offense. And we do have tied for lives. Now St. Clair going to be leading them a little bit, but it's just going to be instantly traded out. So overall, St. Clair College going to be doing an excellent job here at the beginning of this game. I mean, they do get mowed down a little bit here in their tracks, but overall, they should be able to bounce back. They just need to hop on a point fairly soon. Get the tick going, and really try to start capturing one of these points. Build yourself up some more time and play Control how you typically play Control. Northern Kentucky, they might be a little bit stronger of a team, but overall, definitely would not be impossible for the Saints to pull it off.
Yeah, Saints needed the group up there for a second, and at least Priestley and Brandon were available to do so. Going towards that A site, already about halfway through this point, and Brandon, there we go. Now it's a respawn mode. Now you give him the chance to pop off. This is exactly what we were expecting now that we have this respawn mode back in the game. Point A taken nice and quickly, and with Sauce and Lavelle find themselves some kills, they can actually make themselves this pretty solid beeline, but these spawns right now are going to hinder Saints at least a little bit. Going to make it a little tough for them.
Yeah, at least they do have a lot more time on the clock now. Lives are actually in their favor, so they're in fairly good positioning here. And Brandon, he did the exact same thing on Raid Control last time we saw it, right? I mean, like, he's so good at single-handedly clearing out the A site. And look at him now. He is disrupting these spawns, mowing down everyone in their tracks.
Everybody's here.
7 live advantage, and everybody is there. Brandon's the only one not actually on B because he's holding the spawns for them. So overall, look at speed. Going, gone. St. Clair College going to take the first point of the series, 1-0 over Northern Kentucky.
You can say that they kind of like this map, eh? Like, holy smokes, they absolutely killed it here. Here's, I think, the double coming up from Saucenado to try and get them pushed towards this next point. Right after the A point got captured in, was able to jump on in, take care of one, and I think he found another. Yeah, Gru is right there. And with 3 players down, Saints were all able to just dogpile right onto that B site. And it was just all gone from there. Northern Kentucky, they damn well tried, but they got shut down. But let's see if they can change things up here on the attacking side.
Yeah, couldn't agree more with that one. Great start. Look at the KDs. You see Brandon 6-2, Sauce 6-3, Lavelle 3-3. Priestley's like, all right, guys, I don't need to do anything. Sitting here at 2-2, only 4 engagements throughout this one so far. So I mean, Priestley doing a good job playing things slow, just keeping his life, playing slow and methodical, playing how he typically plays and is doing a fairly good job of it. So early presence on B for the side of Northern Kentucky. Will see Brandon just shut down Crew. They're looking for Abyss, and he almost finds him. He actually stopped shooting. Abyss will make it out to his life. Lavelle going to be searching for this trade, and he will find it. So they do have a tick on B. Not a whole lot more than that, though, as Lavelle takes down a little bit extra there. And overall, I mean, decent start there from the Saints. Yes, they are down alive, but they're, at least putting some pressure on these points and really slowing down the push. Lavelle and Priestley both going to shut down. Sauce going to be able to answer back a little bit there for things, but Northern Kentucky, a lot of B presence for them once again. So what can you do if you're St. Clair to shut this down? Brandon, nice early frag there to take out one of them. Priestley searches for Abyss. He will spot him, will clean him up, leaves only motions left. Priestley does it all, shuts him down, gets himself a nice little two-piece there, and that is going to shut down the B momentum. So 50 seconds remain on this clock here now, and they are currently sitting at 2 ticks. But now you see Northern Kentucky, they change their focus more to the A site, where you're going to have to see the Saints kind of rotate over and kind of play this A site now, where you also see Brandon way over here making sure that nobody pushes B. Brandon, he's kind of useless right now with, Northern Kentucky hitting A, which makes things a little bit concerning, but he is going to call in his streaks. Not useless. He just finds 2 kills with those.
That's just it. Doesn't matter if I'm on the other side of the map. If I have myself a tool or something to make things happen. Echo, is that you? How did you get here from Rainbow Six? As he comes on in, attacking from the opposite side of the map. And right now, Saints looking solid overall. Split themselves a little bit here. Of course, Lavelle going to be over on that A side of things. But just basically the Prairie Dog keeping watch in this situation, but now he's going to be able to spot as a couple of the members of Northern Kentucky right around the corner. They do take him down. Saints have to make a move because there's only 10 seconds left. If they can hold off anything from being captured, they will successfully take this round again, but there's still lots of members on the side of Northern Kentucky right around this A site. Crew going to get taken down, and actually there it goes. A site captured.
Yeah, so there's a lot more time now. You're going to see everything kind of focused towards B. If you are the Saints, though, you do have the lives in your favor. That's the big thing. So, I mean, as long as you hold off about 1 to 2 pushes, you should be good. Just keep finding these individual picks, put pressure on their lives, and really make it so difficult for them to push through and try to take control of this. The Saints are doing a great job with that. They only have 2 lives remaining in the bank before they're on their final lives. So overall, I mean, St. Clair doing a very good job, and I just don't see Northern Kentucky taking this one.
Yeah, anytime there's a 1-for-1 trade like that, Saints are smiling. But unless they can get some value like these last couple kills, actually, they could keep themselves in the game. 30 seconds still to take care of this B site. Saints, pretty much everybody on point here on this B point, ready to go with 1 roamer, 1 flanker. Sauce going to try and just clean things up. Crew not looking in the right spot. He's going to get taken down. He's not coming back here in this game. But that being said, though, the B point has been broken. Motions with the solid job here with Crew. Somebody's got to touch. I don't think they're going to be able to. Huge play from Northern Kentucky to win that one.
And you know what? They only had 3 players alive then, because they didn't have any really lives remaining in the bank or whatever it may be. So overall, I mean, I really was not seeing Northern Kentucky take that one. The big thing that won them that one is spawning the Saints out so nobody could touch it in time, and then getting all your 3 players on it. So Northern Kentucky, very, very smart play there, and very good job of closing that one out. Overall, I mean, if you're the Saints, you got to be a little bit upset about that one, but you cannot let it ruin your momentum going into this next round. So here we go. Round number 3 underway. St. Clair College versus Northern Kentucky. St. Clair going to be back on the offense side of things. So far, both these rounds won. We have seen offensive teams win. St. Clair won it a little more dominantly, though.
Very true. Of course, with Northern Kentucky going down to the last couple seconds to even get to that point. It's definitely close. Motions, solid little double. However, Brandon is going to be picking up right where he left off, continuing his solid game, 15 and 8 as of this moment. Does end up getting taken down here, but actually that A site got completely taken down as the Saints completely make a rotate. As Sauce goes on a tear, going to end up getting shut down by Gru. But that being said, Lavelle, with all the time in the world, basically, to just get at least 1 tick here onto this B point. Sure enough, 1/3 complete. He's doing his job. He got it absolutely perfect, and he does take down Gru as well. So solid job there from Lavelle to get some points on the board here for the squad.
Yeah, and you know what? B point looking like it's going to be captured. Priestley, nice little flick there and finds one. And very, very close. Gru going to have something to say about it, though. And it's going to shut Priestley down as the rest of the St. Clair players, they're all hanging on A. So look at that. As they have B at about 2 ticks, A is going to be, I think they're going to capture it right here. I mean,
they can't touch it.
I don't think they can have time to touch it. So St. Clair going to have that, and they already have 2 ticks on B with 2 minutes remaining. Like, if you're the Saints, you're in beautiful position because you barely need to be on B.
Absolutely, of course. Yeah, 2 ticks being down means this is just going to go down in just a matter of seconds. And right now, Saints are also doing a fantastic job in the elimination department and the fragging department as they give themselves basically 3 kills across the board. Looks like Sauce is trying to find himself a 4th, not quite going to find it, but it does not matter. 9 lives still on the... or still in the tank here for the side of Northern Kentucky compared to 15 here for St. Clair. They can just keep grouping up and just throwing themselves at this point time and time again. Eventually, they'll run out of lives unless the Northern Kentucky squad could just go absolutely nuts in regards to eliminations. And to be honest, they're doing a fantastic job here so far. They just killed 4 off basically for free.
Yeah, so very good job, like you were saying. And St. Clair, like, you can really just play for these kills and just go for the aggressive slang playstyle because of there's so much time on the clock. You literally need to find 6 kills, now 5, in the next minute and 10 seconds. Like, that is not that difficult to do, realistically. But when you see Northern Kentucky find 3 like that, but Brandon almost finding 2 to answer back. So overall, yes, Saints are still in a very good position. They pretty much now just have to win a 6v4 kind of like search and destroy style game.
This is still completely winnable, especially if Gru is going from behind enemy lines, trying to make things an absolute panic fest, make things messy, and Elevator gets himself one. He actually nades Abyss, so that's definitely going to be a heartbreaker, especially since there's no respawns left. It's going to be all up to Motions or Crew to clean this up, but at the same time, Saints, they can't die. They're not respawning anymore either.
Motions will get cleaned up, all left onto Crew in a 1v3, and he's going to try his actually best here, but Brandon going to stop him in his tracks. So far, the offensive wins take continuing, and yeah, so far, so good for the Saints, up 2-1. You'd really, really like to see them kind of win a defense here and close it out here, though.
Absolutely. Don't leave it to another possible attacking round or defending round,
Exactly.
whatever it happens to be. Just finished a job right here, right now. They were so close last time, but just unfortunately came up short. One bad team fight, essentially, and it did not go into their favor. Now, see if they can pull this one off. Shut it down right here. Go into Apocalypse, which is probably going to be a wild card, to be honest. Go up a game ahead.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely a wild card. Could go either way. I really think it's going to come down to slang power, and I'm pretty confident in St. Clair's slang power right now. Just look at this game alone. Like, if you see Brandon and Sauce, like, Priestley you do not see Priestley 13 and 18, like, rarely. Like, right? Like, and so that's in a result of Brandon and Sauce picking things up. Like, look at what just Sauce just did there. Like, it's exactly in result of Brandon and Sauce doing this. So, I mean, if they can just keep this up and Apocalypse is just a pure slaying battle, I really just see the Saints taking it.
One little mess up there, though. Nice little back cap, actually, from Motions. The Saints were getting so bloodthirsty, seeing red, chasing them all the way to the spawns. The Motions was just able to walk on through and just start capturing the point, securing at least a 3rd now. Sauce behind enemy lines now. Fire's going to take care of Gru. Lavelle does find Motions as well, so far so good for the Saints defense, with only 1/3 being taken on this A site. But Abyss and Crew, rather, is going to find one. Priestley going to find himself a double. There we go. It's the Priestley we like to see. Going to try and shut things down, but at the same time, Crew right there. He's not going to get the jump. He finds Brandon, but not Priestley. And here comes Priestley again from the window. Not going to quite take care of it this time by Lavelle. Going to come through as well. Good cover fire there from Sauce. And now everything's pretty much all safe and sound here for the Saints, as everybody from the side of Northern Kentucky are respawning.
Yeah, and it looks like they do. Like, if you're Northern Kentucky, like, it looks like they want to continue to hit B, but Saints are just stopping them in their tracks. Only 15 seconds. There's only one player here that they have to really worry about. He will find Brandon, but Priestley there for the trade. 11 seconds remain. Everybody from the Saints just preparing to play this defense. Priestley going to tag up Crew there and makes things even harder for them, and I just don't see them having a whole lot of time here. Like, Motions will make his way onto the site, and, you know, that's a good news for him. A's getting ticked down as well, so good stuff if you are from the side of Northern Kentucky. And if you're the Saints, you just need to clean up this A site. It's getting kind of worrisome here now, because there's not a time of really despair, but
there
oh my
goes.
God, no way they just did that. No way. Oh my God. They are disgusting. I was not anticipating that. Like, I was like, okay, that 8 points captured. We're going in for a little bit of a run of things here. But nope. That's going to be Brandon and Sauce doing what they do best. Just completely shutting down the whole site. Cleans things up. St. Clair Saints going to take the raid control 3-1. And you know what? Like, this is very, very dominant for Saints control. Like, they always look so good on it. So, you can almost guarantee that that's going to stay in their map rotation. But overall, so far for the Saints, up 2-1 in the series, going on a map that both of these teams haven't played yet. Well, I'd only assume so, but that's got to be good news if you are the Saints, especially if you're slaying out to this capability. Like, you can only anticipate that's going to translate a little bit into Apocalypse.
Absolutely. I guess sometimes you just got to throw yourself at the point and see what happens and just trust your gun skill. And Saints were absolutely able to clutch it up. I know personally I was very surprised as well. Normally, you see 3 players sitting on a site, you assume they have like a solid defensive position. And if you run in, you're going to just get crossfired down. But not the case at all. Saints, Brandon found himself the double. I think Priestley got himself another as well. But it was very cool to see them just dive on in and take everybody down. Now, of course, going into this Apocalypse hard point. This, of course, the wild card that I referenced earlier, considering the map is so new. You were saying that we're probably going to see majority just fragging power be the main thing of the game. Is it just because this map is too new to have such strategy, or trying to pick your mind here a little bit? What do you think about it?
Obviously, there's still going to be strategy involved. Right?
Of course,
like, it's not just, obviously, you're not just running down the middle of the street trying to find kills, whatever it may be, right? Like, obviously, you are still playing strategy here. Obviously, you are still playing the rotations. Obviously, you still are going to be setting up for next already, but there's not really a set in stone, like, strategy yet. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's not, like, a meta, I should say, right? There's no set way that people should be doing things or this, right? So I think a lot of it is going to come down to crucial kills, and the Saints have been winning majority of these crucial kills. So if that trend continues into this map, I think this is going to be the last map we will see in the series. And if you are the Saints, you really do want to shut down here. The only map you lost so far is the Search and Destroy. You do not want to have your whole series rely on a Search and Destroy at this point, right? Especially knowing that Northern Kentucky, their best map has got to be, their best game mode, has to be Search and Destroy. So would make things a little worried for St. Clair College, especially considering St. Clair College's best Search and Destroy map is Miami, and they lost on that. So could make things very concerning for St. Clair College, but I'd also be quite comfortable if you are St. Clair, because you won that first hard point 250 to 150. Like, that's fairly dominant. So as long as they can just keep up what they need to do moving forward in this next one, they should have a fairly easy time. And while we're here, make sure you guys check out Play vs. Fortnite Trios live tomorrow at 8 p.m. EST on the twitch.tv/Saints Gaming CA. The same channel you guys are watching on right now, going to be a banger over there for the Fortnite Trios.
And looks like we got baited a little bit here. They were on the wrong sides. I knew I had the score in the right position. I was questioning myself for just a second. But yes, of course, that those Play vs. Fortnite Trios nights are just absolutely chaotic, especially when it gets down to those late games. I know I'm always out of breath at the end of those nights, so be sure to tune in again tomorrow for that one. Now, without further ado, just doing a couple quick fixes. There we go. Okay, so Apocalypse. This will be interesting. Sorry, just controlling the lobby a little bit, but
all good.
Doing as much as possible. Now we're loaded in. We're going to be getting into the actual proper side of things. There we go. Apocalypse. So, of course, first time getting to see this one. Normally, I think Apocalypse, I think of some sort of, like, Fallout-esque type of scene, but that's actually not the case we have here in the slightest. It looks more jungle-based, to say the least. Or ruins-based.
Yeah, this is a very, like, ruins, jungle-based, like, kind of looks like it was somewhat based in, like, Egypt back in the day or whatever it may be, right? So, very interesting there. Almost like a scene out of, like, Indiana Jones, I would say. So,
yeah, exactly.
Overall, fairly good stuff. I'm sorry if myself and Danners lack a little bit on the casting for this map. It is fairly new, so bear with us. And we get things underway with this middle hardpoint as usual. St. Clair looking like they are doing fairly decent to start things off. Currently really slaying out this side of Northern Kentucky. And this is exactly why I highlighted it before the game, right? Slaying is going to come down to a lot of these gunfights here because this map is, like, kind of rarely played. Like, I feel like it's almost like a ranked pub or something at this point. Like, just because of, like, how it's going right now. And if you're St. Clair, you got to be happy with how this one started. You're absolutely just slaying the enemy team.
There's just so many little nooks and crannies, it seems like, here, especially for trying to defend this middle section. If you do take it, then you can go up into the high ground, go into the buildings, give yourself some cover, and trying to pick out exactly where that person is shooting you from is just that much more difficult. Nice little shot there from Gru, actually. Good jump onto Brandon. But now with it going into the northeastern side, let's take a look here. Some decent cover all around here. Saints going to take care of the first capture on it. Where can they position themselves? They got lots of places to hide, so let's see if they can hang on to this, or if this happens to be one of those money hills that I hear you referencing every once in a while.
Yeah, you do see, oh my god, Sauce and Brandon finds one on Crew right away. You do see those 3 players where they all just died? They were all trying to retake spawns from the Saints, so they don't have to run and do this run that they're doing right now. But Sauce, he's playing it so perfectly. He's just going to get behind enemy lines and catch them all off guard. So good stuff there from him. He's going to go back. He's going to find one. Will he be able to translate it to another? We'll find out here shortly. I mean, yes, you do see Northern Kentucky finally finding some points here on this one. Sauce will get cleaned up from Abyss as the rest of them get cleaned up. But overall, the Saints are spawning right where they want now. They kind of are in a little bit of a better spawn here going into this next hard point. They are right around this hill. Brandon will get shut down in his tracks. Fairly close game here, only separated by 17 points. And who will have the initial break on this one? Looks like Sauce will be here, but the hard point is actually underneath. I'm not even sure if they actually knew that. I'd assume so. That you must assume that they did one a little bit. But yeah, overall, I mean, right now, Motions got himself on a nice little 5 streak.
I was definitely saying to myself, wait a second, he's right there. Why are we not getting points? But just like the plane and checkmate, it's got to go underneath it. Silly, but we're all learning together here on this broadcast.
Yeah, Danners, you silly guy. Yeah. Overall, though, the St. Clair College currently up 30 points here as Northern Kentucky has control of the hard point. St. Clair looking like they're having a little bit of a difficulty. They might have the slang. Oh my god, Priestley. They might have a little bit of a sliding advantage. But see, this is one thing I want to talk about. Like, St. Clair just looks like one step behind kind of on like knowledge of this map, right? So that's one thing that could be fairly concerning.
Yeah, now we're about to get ready to go all the way to the north. As the side of Northern Kentucky, they're going to get the scraps here and bring this within 10 here this time by. Saints going to get first capture. We see Lavelle already on point, ready to go. Looks like we have Priestley holding the doorway over on the other side. Cleans up one. Motion's going down. Motion's having himself an okay game, but not necessarily a big one this time by. Sauce just cleaning things up, and so far so good here for St. Clair.
Yeah, that split spawn is going to result in Motions and Abyss able to come behind, but they shut them down. Great stuff there from the Saints. This hard point time is just racking and racking up in favor of the St. Clair Saints. Brandon going to continue to slay out, shutting down Gru there. And overall, I mean, if you're St. Clair College here, you got to be very happy with how things are going currently. Currently up 100 to 55. Very comfortable lead. This is kind of the lead that we saw most of last game from the Saints, kind of sitting around that 50-point lead marker and just kind of running with things. So that will be Lavelle getting tossed up the point, but Sauce currently putting himself on a 5 streak and will take the last few seconds of this hard point and looks to find maybe Crew right here. He searches for it. Sauce will get the best of him. So far, so good for St. Clair Saints, and they are already set up for next hardpoint. Like, they are in beautiful positioning. So St. Clair College playing very well. They look a lot better now on these last couple hills than they did very initially.
Yeah, right off the bat, Brandon and Lavelle were right there, ready for the capture, and now we have Sauce, the rest of the squad, nice and nearby. Priestley taking the long angle, too. Let's see. This one kind of looks like it's sort of funneling in the side of Northern Kentucky, which just, if you leave everybody lined up in a funnel, you know Brandon, Sauce, and Priestley, everybody on the side of the Saints, of course, ready to just absolutely line them up and knock them down. But actually, so far, so good here for the side of Northern Kentucky. One after another, getting themselves in there. Sauce trying to keep this defended as best as possible. It is contested. Crew, solid kill, but is going to get refragged. Priestley getting refragged himself. And now this is finally going over into the hands of Northern Kentucky, get themselves on the board, but it's only going to be like 10 seconds worth.
Yeah, exactly. Not a whole lot of worth there from Northern Kentucky, as St. Clair is just fully ready for next. One thing I would be concerned about is Abyss. Look at him on this flank. He's going to find one, tags Priestley down a little bit of HP, so it results in Priestley falling off a little bit. And, I mean, Abyss is just going to be causing havoc here, ruining these spawns for the St. Clair Saints. And that's why you do see these players from St. Clair College really searching for him. They need to find this player to really, you know, stop the disruption in these spawns or whatever. Because number 8, that's going to be Abyss. He's really doing a lot right now just by standing where he is. Luckily, Lavelle will shut him down. Lavelle, he will get traded out. And now look at this. The spawns will flip. And this is actually going to go in the favor of Northern Kentucky. So this is very good for Northern Kentucky. Abyss, he did his job. He may have fallen, but he did a good job of what he did. Overall, St. Clair College going to be looking to retake the site. They do so. They do actually spot Abyss from underneath, though. That will result in Sauce getting cleaned up. And Priestley will get shut down from Elevator as well. So 161 to 80 here as this hardpoint is just about to close out. And if you look at things, Northern Kentucky, they have the spawns that they want for this next hardpoint.
Yeah, right up there in, of course, the northeastern corner. Lavelle trying to break in and get something started, but Motions and Abyss are just going to shut that down before anything even gets going on here. But Brandon going to be the first line of attack here for St. Clair. Next point up and running right now, and actually nobody on the side of Northern Kentucky claiming really these first 10 points here, these first 10 seconds worth. So lots of value just being absolutely destroyed.
Because an artillery came in from St. Clair College, so they all got inside, so they didn't get just completely mowed down to the artillery and let Saint retake. But the Saints retake nonetheless. Like, that artillery just completely shut down this side of Northern Kentucky coming in and just doing a lot of work. So now this is going to result St. Clair College with a 180-98 lead. This is going to be very difficult for Northern Kentucky to retake, especially as soon as St. Clair College hits that 200-point marker. Like, once you hit that 200-point marker and you're trailing by 100 plus, like, it seems like the task is just so tall. It gets you really discouraged. Makes things very, very difficult to try to crawl back.
Absolutely. There's only a couple seconds here on this point, and we do see, it looks like Motion's already down in the southwest, ready to go. Spawn's going to be flipping up a little bit. Nicely done there from Brandon to try and control that as best as possible. Reinforcements here for the Saints right around the corner. Lavelle and Brandon going to be the first to breach onto the site as well. Lavelle moving up ahead. Abyss is going to shut him down nice and quick, however. And Brandon pull this off, though, to keep this nice and defended as of right now. Not too bad. Motions from below, trying to make something happen. Brandon not going to get deterred in the slightest, just hunts them right back down. Going to give up a couple points in the meantime, but able to get himself back up there in just a second. Is going to end up going down, but that's why we got Lavelle right there in the background to make sure that this is going into the St. Clair favor. They shouldn't be able to win off of this point.
No, they can't.
But get extremely close.
Yeah, definitely. Like, they can definitely get to that, 240-point marker, and that just makes things so worrisome for Northern Kentucky, because they have to play it absolutely, perfectly for the next, 4 hills then. And it's just, impossible to do, because let's say even, for example, Saints just get 5 seconds of scrap time after this. That is, so much for them right now, just considering how close they are away from winning. 241, they only need 9 points. So if they just break the hard point and hold it for 9 seconds, it just makes things very, very worrisome for the side of Northern Kentucky. Yes, they do rack up a little bit of hard point time here, but Saints, they're just slaying them out. Lavelle finds 2, Brandon finds 1, all to Elevator. Elevator gets traded out from Priestley. St. Clair College makes their way on the hard point. No time for Northern Kentucky to touch it, and your St. Clair Saints will take down Northern Kentucky 250-111 in the hard point and 3-1 in the series. Great stuff there from the Saints as they eventually, as they now move above, I think they are above that, the Northern Kentucky's rank now, so they are surpassing Northern Kentucky in the standings.
Yeah, they definitely have to go down, considering I think they're going to probably have the same record now at this point, so it's just going to go down all the way to map differential and all those good tiebreakers, of course, that CCL has in there. But finally, getting themselves a win here in the CCL. I feel like it's been a long time coming. It's good to see them back on the right side of the scoreboard and probably move themselves close to that top 40 mark. It'll depend, of course, on how all the teams competed here today. All those above, below, and kind of tied with us here. So we shall have to see as the week goes on. But still, of course, GG's to Northern Kentucky University Esports Club. Fantastic showing. Just unfortunately, Hardpoint was just not their map, not their mode.
Yeah, for sure. Great job, though, nonetheless. Like you were saying, Hardpoint was just not their mode. They just needed to do a few more tweaks. Good stuff there from St. Clair College. Great first showing here on Apocalypse. Looked a little scary at the beginning, but they tied things up near the end, and they closed things out for the side of St. Clair College. 3-1 win, like I was saying. And, I'd really like to thank all you viewers for coming and tuning in. It means so much for us. We would not be able to put on this production without you guys coming in here and watching and supporting the stream. So thanks for tuning in, and thanks for supporting St. Clair College or Northern Kentucky, whatever side you are cheering on. We accept you all. We are trying our very best to be non-biased. So very good stuff there from both teams overall. And one more thank you to our sponsors, because we would not be able to put on this production without our sponsorships. So thank you guys so much to St. Clair College Alumni Association, PC Outlet, Zeckelman School of Business and Information Technology, St. Clair College, Tim Hortons, and the St. Clair SRC. It means so much to help us put on these productions, put on these games for all you guys to watch and enjoy. And if you guys are interested in getting some sick jackets like myself and Danner's got right now on, you guys can get some St. Clair College merch with acquire.com. You can get masks, jerseys, sweaters, jackets, t-shirts, whatever you can think of. You can get it on that Saints store. So make sure you guys go and support your team if you are a fan of the St. Clair Saints, and, you know, rep them around, you know, get a sweatshirt, walk it out, wear it out in public, you know, get a mask, you know, stay safe in public, and rep your favorite school wherever it may be. So, you know, you can go there onto Acquire and get some of that. And one more thing for you guys, we have a lot of action coming your way this week. So let's take a quick little peek at this schedule. March 24th, that being tomorrow, 8 p.m. EST, Fortnite with Play Versus. The next day, Thursday at 5 p.m., we see Overwatch with NACE, or sorry, that's NECC, right? Yeah, so then Thursday, again, 3 hours later, we do see more Play Versus action, this time being Rocket League. And now Friday, 9 p.m., Rainbow Six Siege. And then finally, Saturday, we are back here with some more Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War action. I think that is going to be in the Active Blizzard League rather than the CCL. So
Correct.
That is going to be a lot of upcoming esport matches for you guys. So make sure you guys all tune in. All matches streamed on the Saints Gaming CA channel. I know I'll be there for a good amount of them. Danners will be there for a good amount of them as well. So we should become some friendly faces for you guys if you continue to tune in. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Jackson Deprived Brown, joined alongside Danner, Banner, or Mr. Danners. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll catch you all in the next one.